Harley and I'm one of the Primate keepers here at the zoo. I'm coming to you on World Chimp Day just to tell you a little bit about the chimpanzees that we've got here and their wild cousins. So as you can see, we've got 7 lovely girls here who are just having a bit of something to eat. So we try and raise awareness every day throughout the year from the zoo about the threats that the chimpanzees are facing in the wild. So obviously they are an endangered species now, so things like the pet trade, deforestation and bushmeat are still a huge problem. It's very difficult to try and contain the issue, but by raising awareness we're hoping that we can get more people understanding and trying to help a little bit where they can to try and save this lovely species from going extinct in the wild. So the chimps are an African species and they will range in different territories. So they do tend to spend a lot of time in the forest and they will use the entire lot. So they'll go right from being terrestrial on the ground where they'll forage for bugs and insects, but they'll also go up into the trees and they'll eat the leaves and things that are readily available to them up there. They do eat meat. It makes up roughly 6% of their wild diet, and they will also use tools readily as well. So they are highly intelligent animals. They do share 98.6% of our DNA, so what they'll do is they'll use sticks and other tools to enhance their sort of ability to find food and get food. So what we do here is we use enrichment, which is a lot of stuff that we put in to sort of enhance their cognitive skills, so it gets them thinking, it gets them finding their own tools that are available to them in the enclosure. But also when we do cut down browse and things, they will actively snap branches off, for example, and they'll use those to sort of get at stuff that they want to. So we have 7 chimpanzees here and they range in age from 26 to 47. So our 47-year-old is Fan and she's just sitting just up on the frame over there. She's our dominant female, so she makes sure everybody's behaving themselves and all the time. So if anything ever kicks off, Fan normally tends to be a good mediator. We've then got Barbie in the middle there. Barbie's sort of our beta chimp. She's just lying on the top there and she sort of helps Fan make sure that everybody's doing what they're supposed to be. And we've then got Mandy at the bottom here. So Mandy's probably the most impatient of all of our chimps. She doesn't like it when we do what we call a scatter feed, so when we chop the food really small and we scatter it everywhere. She hates it. So the oldest of our daughters is Malika. She's just at the front here, and she's a bit of a mummy's girl. She tends to spend a lot of time with her mum, which is Fan. We've then got Binti, who's doing a lovely pose just there with her leg in the air. Binti likes the smaller things. She's a lower ranking female in the group, so if she ever gets her hands on anything that she knows she shouldn't have or that no one else has spotted yet, she just holds it quite close. We've then got Marley. Marley's hiding behind the beam here at the moment. Marley's the greediest chimp in the group, so she's very food orientated. She does tend to start a lot of arguments over food, normally with Malika. And then last but not least, we've got Bonika, who's asleep at the back. She's our youngest, she's 26 years old. She does like to play up, so she's a bit of a naughty chimp. She's very young. So I get asked a lot why I love chimps so much, and I think it's just because they're so much like us. They've got so much character, and they're all completely different personality wise as well, so you just get the good, the bad and the ugly of them all the time. They're really inquisitive, they're really cheeky, and they're constantly just doing things that amaze me every day. So it would be lovely for people, next time you're on the zoo, please do come down and see the girls. If you do want to find out any more, you're more than welcome to speak to me or any of the team.